So it's Virgo new moon that is happening on the 2nd of September. The portal will open 2 days before and will close around 2 days after, giving us a 5-day window to prepare our energies for new beginnings. Now, I've made some notes on these things. That's why I want to break down for you 5 things that you need to pay close attention to, especially when coming into this new moon, to be able to protect your energies when necessary and also manifest and co-create alongside the universal energies. So we're going to dive deep into it with the first point. I'm going to flip this around a little bit. I think the first point that we need to pay close attention to is the potential of overthinking. And why I put that one first is because we can't think about manifestation if our mind is overthinking. If it's consumed with a lot of things, then we are also manifesting the doubts, the fears, and all the problems that may be happening at the same time. Now, why is this overthinking actually happening? It's because it's coinciding with all the Mercury retrogrades that have been happening recently, which could have triggered certain problems that actually bring it into this new month with the new moon. And also because Virgo has this tendency of overanalyzing, they're thinkers, they're planners. So it's highly likely that, well, if you are Virgo, then you're going to be affected by the energies. You're going to feel it a lot. But even if you're not Virgo, you will still feel it because we're all a collective. Everything is connected. My biggest recommendation for everybody during this time is to trust. I think that's the big theme word I'm going to give you guys for this particular new moon in Virgo. You got to trust the process. You got to trust that everything happens for a divine reason. You got to understand that if you start overthinking and bringing doubts and fears in, they say 90% of the things we worry about never happen. You ever been in a situation like that before? You're just overthinking for no reason at the end. And sometimes you're overthinking, and sometimes when you see it happen, you're like, hey, you see, I told you it would happen. But then the real question is, did you know it was happening, or did it happen already? Is it because you can see the future, or are you manifesting it? You see? So we need to pay close attention to our mind. My biggest recommendation for everybody is plenty of breath work. Keep the mind calm. Keep the mind clean, because when you do that, especially during a new moon, it's like flipping to a new chapter. Just imagine you get to rewrite your life however you want to rewrite it. Rewrite your story, rewrite the movie. So you first need to empty the cup before you pour the new water in. The second thing I'm going to go on to is the grounding for new beginnings. So many of you know that new moon is for new beginnings. Right? It's when we set intentions, it's when we start thinking about our manifestations. But not many people talk about the importance of grounding. Sometimes when we're thinking about our dreams and goals, what happens is we tend to be a little bit out there, especially spiritual people. We start, dreaming outside of the box. We start receiving these downloads and ideas, which is good, but then do you want to be the person who's out there and classed as that woo-woo person who has no grounding? Or do you actually want to be able to manifest it into your physical reality? So how do you manifest it into your physical reality? Well, that's where grounding practices come in. My recommendation for everybody is when you're in new moon meditation, while you're visualizing, while you're setting intentions, to conclude the meditation by bringing your energies in to your energy center. Place your left palm on top, right palm on top, and ground those energies. What does that do? It takes these out there vibrations, these high vibrational frequencies that you're sensing for your future, and it takes it and it brings it into this physical reality. That's why an old teacher of mine used to always say, it's important to keep your head up in the clouds. There's no problem with that. But it's also equally as important to keep your 2 feet on the ground. That's how you manifest miracles, that infinite abundance into this physical reality. And by the way, if you guys want me to create a guided meditation for the new moon, just let us know inside the comments below. If there's enough comments and there's enough demand for it, the team usually schedules some time for me to produce that new moon meditation for you. Moving on to the third thing, I'm going to come up with the interesting one at the end. Okay, so The third thing I'm going to focus on talking about here is focus on your health, focus on your well-being, focus on self-care. During this new moon portal, you'll find that self-love is extremely important. Self-care time, me time, take some time out. Because sometimes when we have so much things that is happening around us, we get consumed by all these energies. And now is the time to nurture yourself, to nurture your body, nurture your soul, honor yourself, honor your time, honor your freedom, set some boundaries. You know, if you want to go for some pampering, go for a massage, go for a facial, you know, you want to feel good, you want to look good for this new moon, that's a very good thing for you to do. So take some time out for your self-care, and also be very conscious about your health. We always say your health is your wealth. But in this particular context, when it comes to the new moon, looking after your energy is extremely important because it's the new beginning. And that will also manifest moving forward. Moving on to the fourth point. Okay, let's go into this one here. We're going to talk about attention to detail. Whether you are an overthinker or not, whether you like details, whether you're logic-minded or not, you're going to find that during this new moon, you're going to think more than usual. You're going to want to know the answers. What's the contract? What's the agreement? Are we sure? We want to proofread it. Maybe it comes with a bit of skepticism. And that's where we need to pay close attention to whether we're actually trusting the process or not. So it's good that it's encouraging us to do the right checks. The due diligence that we are doing must be there. But we need to get a balance of the both. And this is what you're going to feel challenged with. And let me know, by the way, if you're feeling these energies already, right? Your logical mind saying it shouldn't be this way. Your intuition is saying, hey, I want to do it. You're probably going to feel a little bit torn during this time with decisions with your relationship, or maybe even decisions with your career, what to do next. But what should we do? Well, do your research, do the grounding work, put some logic behind it, but don't overthink the logic. And still know that divinely deep down inside, your intuition, that heart calling, it's calling you towards a certain direction. So go for your dreams by all means, but make sure to stay grounded. Make sure to check the small print on everything that you do. This will really help you progress during this time. That's the attention to detail. The final thing is this Virgo energy is connected to service, savor, helping people. And it's good to sow seeds during this time. It's part of intention setting. We need to understand that you will reap what you sow. And so my question to you is, what seeds are you sowing right now? What good deeds are you doing? What good karma are you gaining? How are you helping people? How are you serving beyond oneself? What are you giving out there? Because the energy you give out, you will see during this portal, it will manifest, especially in the month of September. Take a small break in October, and then it'll move for another 4 months all the way up to February. There's going to be a lot of blossoming flowers and everything if we sow the seeds right. But always remember, it's not just sowing and reaping. It's what you sow, you shall reap. If you want to manifest money, allow yourself to allow money and investment to go out. If you want to manifest love, then give plenty of love and compassion. That's the breakdown of the 5 things you got to look out for during this Virgo new moon. My blessings to all of you during this period for your manifestations. If you enjoyed this video or you got anything out of it whatsoever, please do hit the thumbs up. Let us know in the comments below if you can relate to anything that I've said, the feelings, the emotions, the energies in this particular new moon, and let us know where you guys are tuned in from. It's always nice to know because I'm going to be out in India very soon, so I may see some of you out there. And finally, if you're new to this channel and you haven't already, remember to hit that subscribe button and the notifications button next to it. That's a little bell sign, by the way, because this year we're dedicated to making daily videos, so hold you accountable to make it your best year yet. But for now, guys, we're signing out. Namaste. Namo Himalaya.